Hey everyone, welcome back. It's Melanie, your She Shed Scrapper. So today I am back with a one-page layout following along with this week's A Cherry on Top sketch challenge. That was the sketch there, and they have it in the shape of a flag for Memorial Day. And I really struggled kind of coming up with, I guess, how to create or what to create for this sketch challenge. It actually took me until I went to the blog post and saw some other creations for me to decide it was okay not to do a flag-themed layout. So I am using a bunch of supplies from my stash to document my oldest 7th birthday. Apparently, I skipped this birthday when I printed pictures, and we're just a few years past that at this point. So I did go ahead and I thought maybe I would do 3 photos, but then I realized the photo of just the cake was very similar, I guess, to the large photo. The large photo gives a good visualization of the cake, and I didn't think I needed that other one as well. So it did look like there was some mixed media in the layout, and so I decided to get out my Heidi Swap Color Shine in gold and add some of that sprays to either corner. I probably should have added some more, I guess, at least to the top. The bottom I feel like is okay, but the top probably could have used a little bit more, but it is what it is. So I am using a black border and then using white cardstock for my kind of base of my layout. And then I am combining a couple of different papers. I had bought one with the Yoda head on it quite some time ago for documenting this birthday. And then you can see towards the left, I have that Yoda cut apart as well. And I tried to figure out what brand this Yoda paper is, and I couldn't figure it out. There's like a branding strip at the top, but it's complete like a pattern. If I had to guess, I would guess Scrapbook Customs. And then the second paper I'm going to be using is actually from the Say Cheese Galaxy collection. I just liked how the green matched the Yoda paper really nicely. So I decided for the strips across the page, I would rip them and then alternate the pattern papers here. So again, the sketch was a flag, and so this kind of represents, the stripes. I'm obviously not doing a flag by any means, but that's kind of what these strips of paper kind of, correlate to, I guess. So I did find in the Say Cheese Galaxy ephemera a kind of title that says Galactic Adventure, and I decided to use that. I will use that for my title. And then I found some alphas in my stash for the number 7. So I thought it was kind of a fun way to incorporate the age with a unique title. The candles on the cake are in the shape of a 7, so I guess I'm just assuming he turned 7. I should probably double check, but it would make sense, I guess. And funny story, I am no cake decorator, but as you know, I like to play with paper. And so because he wanted a Yoda birthday, I decided to cut out Yoda and glue them together off my Cricut. And then my mom actually laminated it for me. And so that's kind of how we did his cake that year. It was 2021, so things, I don't know, we're getting back to normal, I guess, but this is just one way I decided to incorporate, I guess, paper crafting with a birthday. So here is that title. I am going to pop it up on foam tape, and you can kind of see what I mean with adding more mixed media at the top there. With the title having a white background, it does kind of blend in a little bit, but it is what it is. And then for the alphas, I liked the number sign better on the gold alpha I had picked out, and then picked the number 7 on the black Felicity Jane alpha and had that kind of overlap the photo a little bit. And then I found some gold stars that I had in my stash, and I've had them for quite a while. They're Felicity Jane. And then I had some patterned stars as well. And so I decided, you know what, I am really going to try to use up at least the gold pack. The other pack has different colors that are not kind of in this layout. So I at least used up one pack of stars. So that was great. Again, they've been in my stash forever. So you can see I'm kind of adding them towards the title, and then here's the patterned ones, and I decided just to stick with the black and white ones. There's stripes, polka dots, that kind of thing, and so I am going to kind of use those to fill in some of the extra spaces. And I actually, after the layout was all done, I did go back and add, I think, two more, one to each cluster, I guess, so to speak, one to the top and one to the bottom. I felt like it was uneven once I looked at it again. Kind of seeing if there's anything else that I want to use from the Say Cheese Galaxy collection. Nothing is really Yoda. And then you could see that I did try to bring in that Yoda cut apart, but it just was not the right colors for this collection. And so, or this layout, excuse me. So I decided just to use it probably for a Disney layout. I don't know. I don't know that there's really Yoda in the park, so we'll see. It'll get used at some point, I guess. And then the only other addition is the sticker here that I did have to pop up on some foam tape so I could overlap it on the chipboard stars, because those are pretty thick. So very simple layout, but again, it's a memory recorded and it's done, and I get free cherry points because I followed along with the sketch challenge. But I hope you guys enjoyed this layout, and we will see you next time. Bye, guys.